But WrestleMania 40, live, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from the Lincoln Financial Field. 2 nights of a lot of professional wrestling. A buy one, get one free extravaganza, some may say. Not if you're there live. But, Trevor, there are a lot of matches on this card that we're going to be talking about. But first of all, I want to hear it from you. Overall thoughts on WrestleMania, the build. How do you feel? Like, do you feel excited for this show?
Some matches, yes. Other matches, not so much. Believe it or not, I'm more excited to see the tag match than I am the actual championship match. Um, and actually, the match that I'm looking forward to the most isn't either one of those matches. I'm actually looking forward to Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley.
EO, if you think you can beat me, girl, you're wrong. Love Bianca Belair. That is cool. I mean, like, for me, I'm in a similar boat. I'm excited, like, obviously, for multiple reasons. Number one, I'm really hyped, as I said before, going to WrestleMania with my dad, like, and my brother. That's for me, like.
Oh, your brother's going now too?
For me, that's like bucket list level stuff personally.
That's awesome, man.
So it's gonna be an awesome show. For me, I will say
You're just going one day, right?
I'm not trying to bankrupt myself. Like this, I found some cheap. Well, WrestleMania cheap. Oh my god.
Cheap. Yeah, I'm about to say they're not that cheap.
Gonna be up there. I'm gonna bring those, like, those very fancy binoculars.
Yes.
Be like, yes. It's like, yes. I shall wait to see what happens in the second act. But yeah.
So you did buy your tickets already?
Oh, I haven't bought them yet. But I have. I have the ones that I'm probably gonna get, like, stoked out. I just basically need to sit down with my dad and my brother, and, like, call them and, like, figure it out. Anyway, all that aside, that's planning. Let's talk about Mania. The match I'm most excited about night one by far is Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
I think it's going to be great. Like, these two are two of the best to ever do it, and they're going to have a kick-ass match. But, Trev, let's run down the card for night one real quick. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, women's world title on the line. We also have Gunther defending his Intercontinental Championship, against Sami Zayn, who has been doing amazing stuff with Chad Gable recently.
Yes.
We have Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest versus DIY versus Awesome Truth versus the New Day versus my boy, 8-Town Down.
You just like putting that picture up.
We got 8-Town Down Under versus New Catch Republic. Tag team titles on the line. Both sets of titles are on the line, so you have to.
I think some interesting things are going to happen in that match. Yeah. I'm actually kind of excited to see that.
I am too. It's going to be great bullocks. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, brother versus brother for the first time. Bianca, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control in a 6-women tag match. Latino World Order, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And finally, Rock, Roman, Cody, Rollins, main event of night one to determine the rules for the main event of Cody versus Roman for the world title the next night. Some big matches, some fun matches, some matches. Let's talk about let's run through some of these lower card matches first, and we'll build it up to the big card. But let's talk about LWO versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. We're getting Dominic Mysterio in a match with Rey Mysterio again. 2 years in a row at WrestleMania.
Wonderful.
Thoughts on that?
I don't I'm sorry, I don't really care. it's, I mean, it's been building up for months or whatever, but like, why does Dirty Dom have to be in it? Why is he involved in it? Like, anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dom. I really do like.
No, I like him too,
Yeah.
but I just don't understand his involvement in this particular match.
I mean, this is a W. This is wrestling, man. This is wrestling. You know.
True.
Hey, look. Gotta get. Look. Whoa, hold up. Who do we get? Mansoor and Ali. That's a tag team right there. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. That's a tag team right there. Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca. That's a tag team right there. Who? Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. That's a tag team.
That team, yeah.
If only we had a world order, we could call them. Anyway. This is wrestling tropes. You got to put the people with the similar backgrounds together because that's what they do.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't always make sense, but that's what happens.
I mean, it sometimes makes sense, but it's like, man, it's so overdone. I'm like, okay, like we need to find a reason for these people to be together other than like they all simply look alike. That's pretty, and that's not me saying that. I think LWO specifically has been good, but I'm like, I feel like it's an easy thing that WWE and like a lot of wrestling companies historically have done, and I'm just like, maybe we think about this a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing,
I need more. He's like, I love how Sami Zayn was Samoan for like 6 months.
Yeah, that did happen.
That did happen. He was Samoan. He's an oos, man. You got an oos.
That's the thing that happened. You got to get oosy.
Like that was oosy. People will look back at that specific moment as one of the funniest moments in the history of pro wrestling. Epic comedy. I mean, okay, Dominic Mysterio, Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Who wins?
Dominic and Santos.
They're on separate teams. Oh, I thought you said Rey.
Santos?
Sorry, I thought you said Rey. For a second, I was like, for whatever reason. Agreed. Heels win. Moving on. Trevor, we got.
I'm so confused.
You ain't the only one, son. Moving on, we have Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane versus Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi. 6-women tag match. Jade's first match in WWE.
Yeah.
What do you think of the pairing?
I think she's gonna win.
A storm is coming.
Yeah, I actually love the pairing, dude. It's a history-making moment there.
And then we built to Jade versus Bianca.
Yee.
Give me that.
That's gonna be fun. Hey, I want to see Jade and Rhea go at it at some point.
This is my brutal big boot to the face. Like, let's go. Oh, I can't wait. Jade Cargill in WWE is gonna be money. It's just gonna be money.
As long as they do her right, it's gonna be great.
Please, Triple H, don't have her like
don't
go
mess
out
this
there.
One up.
Like, don't have her like go out there because they do this to every single like big man / big woman. Like, they eventually just turn them into a joke and slapstick comedy. Please don't do that with Jade. Anyway,
if you guys hear barking in my area, we do have doggies.
Trevor gets freaky on a Tuesday night. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Me either. I just smiled. Like, what?
You remember when Kurt? We'll talk offline. We got Liam in the chat. Hello, Liam, saying, "Ooh, oh yeah, Glasgow is getting a WWE pay-per-view. Clash at the Castle is going to be in Glasgow. Shout out to you.
Shout out, Liam.
It's like, I'm getting SmackDown and Clash in my hometown. Look at that. And hey, if Triple H is smart, you know what he'll do? He'll get Grado too.
Grado.
Let's continue on talking about WrestleMania Night 1. Let's talk about the brother versus brother match, Jimmy versus Jay. What do you think about this?
I feel like it's So I feel like it's been drawn out, and it probably should have happened if it was going to happen a
Mm-hmm.
little sooner than this. And honestly, part of me doesn't feel like it should have happened at all because I feel like the beef with him is so overdone and so like kind of stupid. Like it's like I mean, Jay should have had the belt, right? We all know this. Jimmy comes in and like hit for no reason. Like we still don't know what the point of that was. Like so, I mean, although it should be a good match, it still probably shouldn't happen. Shouldn't have happened.
Okay. Um, I will say this. I think, for multiple reasons, this match should not be happening. The main one being, I get why they're doing it. They want to tell the brother versus brother story. Awesome, cool. But for me, it's like, I, I still don't know why Jimmy betrayed Jay. This still doesn't make any
Yep,
sense. Didn't
that's
get
what
an
I'm saying. It
explanation
just doesn't make any sense.
other than, he came out and he was like, oh, so we acknowledge the tribal. Like, I don't get it. But like, outside of that, like, I think Rollins should not be in that tag team match. I think it should be Jay.
It should be Jay. Yep.
That's just people gonna be mad. That's not an indictment on Rollins. I think Rollins feud deserves its own limelight.
Yeah, it does.
But and I think Jay just fits in better there because there's a natural story.
I mean, like you said, like Cody and Jay were in a tag team. They won tag team belts. They teamed together. It makes more sense. It makes way more sense. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Seth Rollins. I do. But and I honestly believe, like you said, his feud should have more focus because right now you have him feuding with Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre is not a part of any of this other storyline that's happening with him. So like, it's kind of like, who cares?
Getting Uzi in here. All right, Jimmy versus Jay. Who do you think wins?
uh, I want to say Jay, but I kind of have a feeling that Jimmy's gonna win.
You know what? Give me Jay.
I want Jay to win, and it makes sense for Jay to win, but I feel like Jimmy's gonna win.
Yeah, give me Jay. I want Jay to win. Jay needs to get a dub, man. Jay needs to
He
win.
does. He
Doesn't
definitely
even know
does.
why his brother attacked him. He's still mad about that. Like, imagine me like, bro, I don't know why you mad, bro. Why are you so mad? It's like when your brother is like running around the house chasing you, like, bro, why are you so mad, bro? I didn't do nothing to you. Anyway, all right. Up next, Gunther, Sami Zayn, Intercontinental Championship on the line. Sami Zayn has a new teacher by the name of Chad Gable. They did a Rocky skit on Raw this past week.
It was hilarious.
Yep, it was hilarious. Best part about it is CM Punk still doesn't understand what the hell that was, but he hasn't seen Rocky. But what do you think about this match?
I will definitely agree with something you said not too long ago. I believe it should be Chad Gable, personally. But if you want to give Sami Zayn, you didn't give Sami Zayn the world title. So I say this is a this is a peace offering, I mean, to me this is big. This bigger than Cody and Roman. I mean, this is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, like one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I said this makes more sense. I say this makes sense to sense to do. And honestly, I want to see Sammy win. I think he will win, but I'm not sure how it's going to break down. But I think this is going to be a fun match.
It is certainly going to be, to quote JBL, fun to watch, Michael. I think Gunther wins. I still think that the person to take the belt off of Gunther should be Chad Gable. And I think Gable cost Sami Zayn at Mania.
You know what? That could happen. That could happen. I mean, Here's the thing. If it's not Chad Gable, you need to dust off LA Knight and let him do it.
Whoa, Texas Liberty. We will not look. We appreciate you, but like we will not have this Sami Zayn slander in the chat. Appreciate you though. We got Liam in the chat saying, "Hear me out. Gunther retains. Chad heel turn on Sammy. Heel Chad then beats Gunther Raw after Mania. I wouldn't be mad. And we
wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad, bro. I wouldn't be mad. Okay, cool. We got Judgment Day. Okay, 6-pack tag team ladder match. Trevor, in order to win this match, well, here's the thing. Both sets of belts are on the line.
They're hanging above the ring.
Now, if someone grabs one set of belts, they are awarded those belts. But the match is not over yet. Exactly.
So we might have 2 set-safe tag team champions, which I think is going to happen, personally.
We all think it's going to happen. The question is, Trevor, how is it going to happen?
It's a few different ways that I think is going to happen, but I think one of the champions is going to be my boys, Miz and
R-Truth.
Yeah, I think it's going to be our Truth. I definitely do. I think that R-Truth is going to believe that he's still part of the Judgment Day.
Do you know what I was convinced? Someone made the argument to me that the way it should end is by R-Truth, or the way R-Truth should do it, right? It's like R-Truth climbs up and he takes a set of tag team belts and he's like, and he's like, yeah, I won. And then he runs up the ramp to the locker room thinking he's won the match. And like he's won one set of belts, but he hasn't won the other.
Right.
And like it's like clear, like there's time. He could have gotten both. And like the announcer's like, R-Truth, the other belts were right there.
I think Judgment Day is going to retain one of the sets of belts.
Oh, Nana, to quote LA Knight.
Oh, you think they're both going to change hands?
SmackDown belts are going to go to SmackDown belts are going to go to Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, while R-Truth and Miz are going to walk away with the Raw belts, and then someone's going to beat him the next night on Raw for the belts. I don't know who. Insert team name here. Help maybe the... No, Hardys ain't coming back. Y'all are wild.
To even do that made me upset.
Do you remember Jeff Hardy when he debuted in AEW? His brother was getting beat down with a steel chair, and he's like, he had the time to do this on the ring.
And then run down to the ring.
He's like, I got you, Matt. Let me get my shit off real quick, bro.
There we go.
I'd be so mad, bro. I'd be like, if my brother did that to me, I'd be like, hey, bro, we gotta talk. Like, what about you? So R-Truth, who do you think gets
R-Truth
in the Judgment Day?
You know what? R-Truth and the Awesome Truth and DIY.
Yeah, I agree. Well, someone's getting hidden and reported now.
Ooh, wow.
Yep. We're gonna harassment
and
bullying. Yeah, this is harassing everyone.
Jesus.
Bye, friend. Okay. And yeah, that hog ain't big, bro. Anyway, that hog ain't big. Tiny hog energy.
Tiny.
Microscopic thimble hog energy. Anyway, let's move on. Sorry to the people in the chat who had to see that. Let's move on and talk about what else we got on here? We talked about Jimmy. We talked about most of these matches. We got the world title matches to talk about. Let's talk about Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. They had a big thing on the Ariel Helwani show where Becky kind of, invaded, quote unquote, the interview and interrupted the interview and attacked Rhea, similar to that thing that they did with Adam Cole, baby, on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
But what'd you think?
Yeah, it's a great feud. Honestly, it's a really good feud between two really good athletes. Um, I say Becky's gonna win, but because for two reasons. One, I think it's time for Bex to hold the belt again, and two, I think this is what helps the Judgment Day implode because I think that's what's about to happen anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the Judgment Day continues on, and I think both Finn and Damian Priest move on from it. But I think Rhea Ripley is going to continue to be the leader going into the next evolution of the Judgment Day. That's the way I see things going.
Right. I mean, that would make sense.
All that being said, I want Becky to win because I'm a Becky Lynch fan. But the thing is, what I really also want is for this feud to continue. So I think that Becky Lynch is going to lose. I think Rhea Ripley retains her belt here.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Yep. Sorry?
I said, yeah, gotcha. There you go.
No, don't worry. I took care of it.
I know.
Yep. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to be... Y'all are adults. Be respectful in the chat. We got, finally, tag team match. The Bloodline. Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins. If Cody and Rollins win, Trevor... the night 2 main event of Roman versus Cody is going to be held in a singles match rules with no interference allowed. Wow. If The Rock and Roman win, it will be Bloodline rules.
I think, and you know what I think? I've said this to you before, but I see I see what but I honestly think they're going to lose night 1.
You think Cody is going to lose night 1?
Yep, I think I was going to lose night 1. And there are a lot of people online that believe that Cody Rhodes is going to lose this belt again. There's a lot of people online that believe that this match will not end the way people want it to end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think... Well, we'll talk about night 2. We'll talk about night 2.
Yeah, give me night 1 first.
Yeah, but night 1, I think, I honestly think the Bloodline's going to win.
So it's funny. I think that Cody and Seth win.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, I think we're going to get to a point in the match where Roman is going to get his ass beat. By Seth and Cody. And The Rock is going to be on the apron looking at him. Being like, bro, you're supposed to be the tribal chief. You're nothing but a tribal fraud. Look at you. And he's going to look at Roman extending his hand out. And he's not going to extend his hand out. He's just going to watch. Curb stomp. Cody Cutter. Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Rock on the apron looking at Cody. Looking at Roman. And just being like, bro, you ain't it.
I don't think it's going to happen till night 2. I don't think I don't think the turn is going to happen till night 2. I think after Roman loses, that's when he turns on him.
Yeah, Rock pins Cody. I could see that happening.
I can see that too. Yeah.
Well, Trevor, speaking of 2, we have in fact not 1, but 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Wrestling.
Wrestling. I like wrestling. We got 2 nights of WrestleMania to talk about. Night 2, we have Io Sky versus Bayley for the Women's Championship in WWE. We got LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Logan Paul defending the United States Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford versus the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, Akam, and Rezar. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Championship with CM Punk as special guest commentator. And then we got Roman Reigns versus Adrenaline and Resolve something Cody Rhodes.
Interesting night.
Thoughts on night 2, man? Thoughts on night 2? What do you think? Actually, how about this? Which card is better?
You know what? I was about to ask you. So, honestly, they both have their matches, right? But I'm gonna say probably night 2 because one is shorter. But night 1 is the one that everybody really wants to see, though.
Bro,
night 1 is night 1 definitely.
Night 1 is always the better night of all these 2-night WrestleManias. It's always been night 1 that's the better night.
Yeah, it has. Starting back from Bianca and Sasha.
Oh man, and that bloodline.
Still thinking about that gives me goosebumps. That was such a great match.
It was awesome. It was an amazing matchup. Let's talk about this card though. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, World Heavyweight title on the line. Do you think CM Punk gets involved?
If he's physically able to, yes.
I think he's physically able to.
If he's physically able to, I say he does. I think he gets involved just because it's CM Punk. Like, he's not gonna let his first WrestleMania back him not be on the screen.
Man, I don't know. I think I could see CM Punk like, I don't know. I think he might just like watch Drew win it and just be angry. And Drew's just gonna troll him. Angry with it. You know what would be the funniest thing? WWE is not gonna do it, but what the funniest thing would be if Cody Rhodes, if Drew McIntyre comes out to Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake. It would be the funniest thing. Like CM Punk's already out there for commentary. He's like getting all set up, you know. He's got the headset on. He's like, "All right, let's call this matchup, guys." And he just goes, "Do-na-na-na, do-na-na-na, cry me a river." That would be so funny. I would laugh so hard.
Yeah, I think everyone should actually.
Hopefully someone fills in Punk though about it. Otherwise, you know, he might bury the company on a podcast. Which we'll talk about shortly.
Absolutely.
So we both agree McIntyre wins.
Yep, I agree. Totally agree.
Bayley, Io Sky, Women's Championship on the line. The winner of the 2024 Royal Rumble, Bayley, going up against her former teammate, Io Sky.
Now, we've seen in the past where the Royal Rumble winner lost. We've seen where the Royal Rumble winner got absolutely squashed. Do you think that's the case here?
Do I think that's the case here?
Do you think the Royal Rumble winner is going to lose and not get the belt?
No. I don't think she's going to lose. I don't think Bayley can lose. I think it would be a big mistake if Bayley lost, in fact.
That's how I feel about it too, but, you know.
Yeah, as Liam in the chat just said, Bayley wins. Like
Bayley wins.
And you know what? I want it to be like full on face. Bring back the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men. Give me, there ain't no stopping us now. We celebrate on the floor.
The wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men.
The wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men have arrived at WrestleMania. It'd be awesome.
My cousin loves the silly wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man thing from Family Guy. So when he found out Bayley came out to that, like every wrestler he created on every video game had that entrance.
I once I was over at my friend's house and like he like created Kurt Angle in the game, and I like changed his Kurt Angle's entrance to Bayley's entrance. So we'd be like doing. It was really funny.
It's just a fun entrance, you know.
We don't turning up, don't stopping us. There ain't no stopping us now. Hell yeah, I am a homie. We love that. Oh my god, flail one more time. Flail with me, Trevor. Oh yeah,
Flail with me.
flail with us, flail at home. Real quick, LA Knight, AJ Styles. These guys have been feuding going back to AJ's return when AJ attacked LA Knight. He also got involved in the Elimination Chamber match and cost LA Knight a chance at the world title. Thoughts on this match? Thoughts on the build? And thoughts on who's going to win?
Question for you.
Answer.
I'm going to give you everything you asked, but question for you.
Answer. Let's go.
Have they failed LA?
I'm sorry.
Have they failed LA Knight?
No. Failed? No, they have not failed LA Knight. Failure is like, for me, failure would be he's not getting a reaction, and people are kind of content with him being what he is. Like, to me, failure is like where we got to with like Ziggler.
Gotcha.
And that's not saying that Dolph Ziggler was a failure, like as a talent or anything like that. WWE's booking was a failure. Right. I think LA Knight is still strong enough to like he can have a world title program in 6 or 7 months, and he will be like really hot, and people would love it.
Now, do you see that for him though? Because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't see him in a title picture anytime soon.
It's a crowded scene. Like that's the thing.
It's super crowded at this point. Because I mean, if you want to be honest, and they're not going to do anything with that push, but the push that Ricochet is getting, he needs to be in a title picture. But they're not giving him shit,
bro.
That
man will be lucky to be in the 24/7 title picture the way WWE books him.
Well, absolutely.
The thing is, like, think about that title picture though, because you have right now, right? Seth, Drew, Punk. Then you also have, Damian Priest waiting in the wings, Gunther potentially waiting in the wings. Like that is an extremely crowded world title picture on Raw, and we don't even know what it's going to look like after they do like the brand extension / draft. It's going to look completely different, and there's going to be a big shakeup. Cody's probably going to end up going to SmackDown. Like, who are they going to get for Cody, going to SmackDown? That's the other thing. Like, man, it's a tough title picture.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to even speculate on that right now because you don't know what's about to happen. So, I mean, with that being said, I enjoyed the build-up for this match, kind of, sort of. It was kind of old school, going to the other guy's house, trying to start something, like LA Knight dressing up as a TV personality, like to be behind. It's pretty cool.
I love how like Liam says they're definitely getting rid of Ricochet, bringing back Prince Puma. I mean, Pat McAfee did reference that on the show.
He definitely did, which was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, we got a Lucha Underground reference on Raw.
But LA Knight wins.
Yeah. That's a great way to end that segment.
Yeah.
Real quick, your favorite wrestler in the world, Logan Paul, defending the United States Championship against Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Thoughts here?
Randy Orton wins.
Logan Paul wins.
I think Randy Orton wins.
Logan Paul wins because you got to keep that belt on Logan and have LA Knight be the guy to beat him.
That's so beneath him at this point, though.
Yeah. Also, I think Randy's the first feud for Cody.
Yeah, that would be a good one, actually.
Give me like Randy celebrating with Cody the night after Mania. Give me Randy like giving him champagne, celebrating like we're gonna go and we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna go for the tag team titles tonight. Like make it like a big thing, and then because that's a storyline. You remember how Brock Lesnar? Hear me now. You remember how Brock Lesnar attacked Cody for no reason?
Yeah.
Randy's got a reason. They got history.
Randy has a reason. That makes sense. Like it would have made more sense if Brock Lesnar just walked up to Shelton Benjamin and slapped shit out of him. That would have made more sense because they have history. Like for him to just haul off and punch Cody, that made no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, give me Logan Paul. You got Orton. We'll see what happens.
Logan was probably going to win, though. You're probably right.
All right. Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford versus Karrion Kross, Akam, and Rezar in a 6-man Philadelphia street fight.
It should be interesting. Maybe. I do like the team of AOP and what's his name. I do like that team. I think that's a very, very interesting matchup, honestly. But the mashup of talent. But Dawkins and Lashley. I say they lose.
Yeah, give me Lashley. Give me Lashley.
You think Lashley wins? Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now finally, it's time for the main event. Adrenaline and resolve, something, Cody Rhodes looking to redeem himself.
Something, Cody Rhodes.
Going off to prove my destiny. Whoa.
Have you seen that video on TikTok of the guy listening to Cody Rhodes' song? And when he gets to that point, he goes, something, Cody Rhodes.
That's been a meme online for a minute. The something, Cody Rhodes.
It's so hilarious. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Liam says, just repeat last year. Yes, I agree. Repeat what they did last year with Brock. It'll make way more sense with Randy. All right, main event time. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, undisputed WWE Universal Championship on the line. Trevor, you think it's going to be under bloodline rules? Anyone can interfere. It will be mayhem. I believe it will be under single match rules, regular rules, bloodline banned from ringside. This is it. We're getting the match, the rematch from last year. We can all agree it was a mistake not having Cody win last year. Because, man.
I mean, we saw it, and I still kind of think it was for the best. But if all of this mess didn't happen this year, you know what I mean? Like, if all of this mess didn't happen this year, or even you gave it to him at another pay-per-view, like, SummerSlam or something, like, whatever. But we're finally here. We're back at it. Who wins? I think Cody should win.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Trevor.
And I want Cody to win.
Do you think The Rock cost Roman at night 2?
I think that's what's going to happen. If it's put like this, even if Dustin comes out miraculously and helps his brother, right? I still think the deciding factor might be The Rock. Because, for a number of reasons, it could be, The Rock feels that Roman Reigns is not it, like you said. He's not the head of the table. The true head of the table needs to come home. I'm the head of the table. I'm the true tribal chief. And that, to me, will start a feud that does not need to end until SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cody wins it. I think eventually, Roman and Rock is the match for Mania. But I think you do Cody